Another random musing. Don't take any of these things I say as conclusive. They are me investigating belief systems at a cellular level, as I investigate it not just with my rational mind, but with my soul, right? This morning, the topic of the popular teaching, non-duality teachings, what's the word? What's the word? Can you believe it? I'm tongue-tied. Promoted by Eckhart Tolle, for example, which is an ancient belief, a Vedantic belief, right? Which centers around us not being our mind, not being our thoughts, not being our bodies. And I have this contention, if you will, but it's not serious. I'm not hell-bent on changing anybody's mind. Like I said, I'm just internally investigating that between my mind and my feeling, my soul. And I recognize how our subconscious feelings create the irrational beliefs that our mind carefully constructs. And if we have unconscious resistance in the soul towards this physical expression, this physical life, our mind is going to create a logical belief system around that is based in flight. We want to flee the conditions of suffering. Oy, you don't want that in your tire now, do you? So subconsciously, the suffering is in the subconscious, the resistance is in the subconscious, and so we're in the fight or flight, but in this case we are in the flight setting. And so the mind will, the very mind that non-dualists deny, will then construct a belief system. And this is very ancient. It comes from Vedanta and from the Gnostics. It's very ancient. And with me, just because something is very ancient doesn't make it necessarily true, because consciousness is something that keeps evolving, and I feel it evolving within myself as I am healing my shadows, as I'm healing my resistance to my own being, including my own ego, right? Ego is more prominent in people who still live driven by their unconscious trauma. Ego compensates for all of that trauma. If we feel insignificant, ego will develop a narcissistic personality, a persona, to compensate for that lack of self-worth. That's what ego does. It compensates for whatever we are lacking. But back to my point. So the very mind that non-dualists deny then crafts this new belief system that's very logical and rational, by saying, I am not the mind, I am not the body, I am not my thoughts. But it's a form of dissociation. It's certainly not a belief system that would integrate further into this life, but dissociate further from this physical world. And my peeve with that is, and I've spoken of this in a musing here in the last week, like we hear that they so often say that none of this is real here, right? This physical world isn't real. I find the physical world very, very real. This earth we're walking on apparently has been around for billions of years. So in human terms, on a timetable, I would call that permanent. Earth is permanent. She's never going to go anywhere. We just come and go. We are impermanent. Yeah, so what was my initial thought? Yeah, these beliefs, these rational beliefs that our mind, our unreal mind, our elusive mind will create to cope with a subconscious reflection. And that's where it comes from, right? So you can't escape your mind. You will eventually escape your body. You can't escape your mind. Your mind runs the show. It even creates the belief systems that we believe and repeat, right? So